Hi, everyone, and welcome to this live session with Car and Bike. And the whole idea for us to be here with you is to be able to talk you through just what's going on right now in the current scheme of things, and maybe also get the Car and Bike team to join in. And yeah, hopefully we can all generate a nice little conversation for a while. So let me see if I can go ahead and get everybody else to to come in. Aha! I see lots of you are commenting, and so many of you are here. Thank you so much. Uh, all right, let me just go ahead and dial in the rest of the team so that they also join us. And we have a little bit of an agenda, if you will, to take you through. But good afternoon, Arun, Elangovan, Ajay. Thank you. I see all of your messages, so thank you for that. And hang on, you know what? It'll be easier if I just tell the rest of the team to just call in so that all right, so I've messaged them. So we wanted to let me put that on silent. So all right, it'll be a little bit less crazy if we are on silent mode here, so that we don't keep making a racket in the background. Okay, so lots going on right now in the country, and there's no doubt about it. We certainly support everything that's happening. We want all of you to be safe, and at the same time, we don't want to sort of lose track of what we do best. The whole idea is to carry on giving you, um, enough and more masala from the automotive world. And I think those of you who know Car and Bike, you know that we like to do this in a way where we can interact with you. I mean, without that, really, it's no fun. So, okay, I'm getting lots and lots of comments now. So let me just go ahead and pull that up and start to look at some of your comments. Just give me 1 second though. I want to quickly try and get in the team. They need to now be dialing in as well. Wow, that's a ton of messages, guys. So just bear with me. I see Discovery Sport or GLC. I see, what else? Best 160cc bike. Lots of people saying hello. So hello, guys. Sorry, I'm not being able to keep up with your messages. I'm fine. Arun, how are you? Hi, Bhaskar. Hi, Dhanush. Very nice for all of you to be here. Mario, hi. Good to see you. Thank you for being here. Another Ameya. So Innova Fortuner facelift. Well, we'll talk about all of this. And all right, let me see now. Let me try and get in the team to join me finally. Hold on, guys. Just be patient. This is all new to us, right? Because we have usually our typical way of reaching you. And okay, I'm sure you can all hear that. Okay, we got Preetham who has just joined in. So let me go ahead and welcome Preetham.
Hello.
If you guys can hear Preetham, somebody please just tell us that you can, because he's very much here. Preetham, do you want to just go ahead and join the other guys onto a call with you, or maybe they can call you? Just message them to call you.
I'll just do that.
All right, and then we'll formally introduce everyone. Also, Preetham, we're on landscape here in case you can swap your phone around. So,
Like that?
oh, that just made it worse. that just made it worse. So go back to what you were on, I guess.
Okay.
All right. Wow, I can't even keep up with these messages. Abhijit, मी ठीक तुम्ही कशा आहात? 164V or NS 160 BS6? Nice question to start you off with, Preetham.
Sorry, I didn't get the question once again.
Also, your eye is really close to the thing. I can't switch to your output till you don't look so scary. So, okay. Let me introduce everyone. Okay, say hi to everyone, Preetham. We see you now.
Hello, everyone.
And there you go. That's Preetham. That's his handle in case you want to follow him on Twitter. And Preetham, the question was about the 164V or the the NS 160, both BS6.
Sorry, 4V or the
NS 160.
NS160. I would pick the 164V primarily because it's one of the best in the 160 segment. It's got a 4-valve engine compared to the 2-valve engine of the NS160. So the engine is more refined, smoother. It's got a fantastic exhaust note for a 160. Overall, I think the Apache 164V is one of the best in its right now.
All right. Let me see. Harsh, you say that it's hurting your ear. What's hurting your ear? Anshuman, you're talking about the T-Roc or the Karoq. The Karoq versus T-Roc versus Compass, says Vivek. So let me quickly get into that one while the other guys join in. These cars are all fairly new. The Karoq and the T-Roc are very similar, of course. They are sister cars. And they are, all said and done, they are not exactly in the same segment as the Compass. The Compass is definitely a slightly bigger car. And then, of course, remember the Compass is the hardcore off-roader, while these two are not. So it really depends on what you're looking for, Vivek. As far as Anshuman, you're concerned, it depends what you really like more in terms of its styling, because they're going to be fairly similar in terms of pricing. The T-Roc's prices are out, 20 lakh rupees. So if you like that more in terms of how it looks, then yeah, go ahead and maybe finalize on that one. Okay. Let me just try this. Okay, I'm going to keep talking here because I know this long silence doesn't help anyone. Till the rest of the team gets in, we're just having some technical issue here. I don't know why I'm not being able to merge them into this conversation. They're all right there. I see them. I have Kingshuk now, who's also joined in. And all right, let me give this a whirl. Okay. Okay, finally we have touchdown, I think. Yeah, we can hear you guys now. Can you guys hear me?
Hello? Yeah, we can just hear you. We can't see you.
All right, well, we'll start with the hearing part. I think the idea was to have a discussion with the whole team.
Yeah.
So
Yeah.
let's see. We'll get to the visual part of it in a second. So I just want to tell everybody who's now tuned in live. Sorry for the initial teething troubles. I have with me right now Preetham, Kingshuk, Ameya, and
Hi.
all right. So that was Ameya saying hi. Kingshuk, are you there?
Yes. Hi, Siddharth. I'm here.
All right, excellent. And who else is on with us right now? Is Preetham still there?
Preetham is there.
Aha, I finally can see you guys as well now. So,
Yeah, I'm just adding Shams right now. So.
all right, do that. And hopefully we can then get this thing going.
I think Shams is here.
All right, Amir, you're on.
There he is.
And you want to just move yourself a little higher in your window? Or tilt your screen down a bit?
I can't hear you.
All right, we're all live though. So remember that there's tons of other people watching.
Oh, I can.
Okay, excellent. Thanks for all the boosters, guys. This really helps. It just shows how well oiled this operation is. All right, there's Shams and King Shuk. All right, King Shuk, do you want to say hello to everyone?
Yeah, hi.
Man of few words is King Shuk. This is actually our opportunity to also, in many ways, publicly welcome our newest team member. So, Shams, you're on right now. Everybody can see you with the lovely sketch behind you and the nice bright blue shirt. So, say hello.
Thank you so much, Siddharth. Thank you so much. I hope you all can hear me right now.
Yes, everybody can hear you. Ameya, say hi. You're on.
Yeah, it's sort of weird to start working from home in a new job. I think it's slightly different from what you guys have been doing, suddenly from office to home. But for me, it's a new job and it starts at home. So I'm actually looking forward to coming to office as soon as it is possible to be with you guys and have that office work meeting.
Yeah, I know. We're all dying to get back to that. Ameya, you never got to say hi to everyone, so please go ahead.
Hi, Amay here, working from home for a very long time. It's not fun, but at least we're getting a lot done and innovating as we go, go forward. It's trapped in your apartment. It's not fun for sure, especially for people who kind of get onto cars and bikes and get out there and do stuff. But yeah, I mean, well, it's for our benefit, right? So we have to stay at home and
Not the best. Not the best connection. Need to find Preetham's visual.
Hi, Preetham. Hi,
Put him back. He's already said hello to everyone. So now that we've done saying hello, let's get on to the actual discussion that we had planned. So first, of course, was to welcome.
Okay, if I can take a question. Somebody had asked about the 390 adventure.
Okay, his connection sucks. So
Did you get that or did I miss it?
no, your connection's really bad. So I think let's just also you guys, whoever's not talking, just mute your microphones. Yeah, there's too much echo happening. Any updates on the Hyundai Palisade arrival? I mean, the number of questions that are pouring in are amazing. Anshuman, T-Rock or Karok, I just spoke about that a little while ago. So I hope you heard my answer. Let's catch up to the live questions now. And okay, let me try and bring Preetham back. There's Preetham. Alright, we'll go back to our split window now, guys. So let me see. Where's Preetham's window? I don't still see him. So anyway, we'll get him back. But Preetham, are you there?
Yes, I'm here.
Okay. All right. So guys, first things first, we welcome Shams. We also wanted to quickly bring everybody up to speed with what we are doing right now. I mean, how are we actually delivering what we do without actually going out and driving and testing, being out on the road? I want to quickly say one thing, that we are, as media, exempt from the lockdown. We can go out if we want to, but like Amir said, doing the responsible thing is the need of the hour. And so we are trying to bring you the very latest of what's still happening in the world of wheels, because there are certain announcements, there's a lot of news, and then of course all the videos. I mean, there's so much stuff that we've shot that we want to still continue to bring to you. So we've once again revived our car and bike daily in Hindi. So that was missing for a while, I know, but it's back up now. And we've also got a whole lot of other videos that have been going up. And even stuff that's been pending from the Auto Expo. I mean, all of this has just come like a whirlwind and taken us by surprise. So the idea is to try and get a lot of it to you still. So, okay, without much further ado, I'm going to go back to the questions now. And Jayanta says, hi, Preetham. So, Preetham, you want to say hi to Jayanta. And in the meanwhile, we've got... Okay, Sandeep says that he spoke to Kingshuk. You've become like that. Sandeep says, spoke to a Skoda dealership yesterday, and he says in Bangalore that the Karoq will be priced at 33 lakh rupees. Ameya, you want to react to that one?
Well, not surprised actually that Skoda will price it at around 33 lakh. Haven't driven the car, but I mean, you expect it to be that because considering the Tiguan all space is also somewhere around there. It's around 31 lakhs. It starts around 31 lakh
No,
rupees.
but the T-Roc, which is the like car to the Karoq, is much cheaper, right? So that is why.
Yeah, it is much cheaper. That's what I mean.
8 lakhs more.
But I mean, the T-Roc is. I mean, we're waiting to drive both the cars for sure. But yes, the Karoq certainly goes into the Tiguan all space territory. I don't think it will be 33 lakh rupees for sure because Skoda will want to price it a bit more aggressive. Especially considering if Volkswagen is bringing the T-Roc at 18 lakh, at 20 lakh rupees, I don't think it will be. I mean, the Karoq. I don't think it will be around that at all. They're probably saying something else completely.
I'll of course show off and say that I have driven at least the T-Roc, not the Karoq yet. But of course, not the engine spec that we're getting in India. I've driven the smaller engine. Having said that, Kingshuk, you want to take this question? Ilangovan has a follow-up to what Preetham talked about earlier, which you missed, I know. But the 164V, does it have a side stand engine kill?
No, I don't think so that the Apache RTR 164V has a side stand engine kill. But apart from that, it is loaded with features. It has a fully digital instrument console, a lot of features, lap timing, and 0 to 100 timing, and so on and so forth. You can multiple trip meters. So you can.
The question was about the side stand, but you're telling us all these other things. So free entertainment in addition to the basic information that happened right at the start.
So
if Ilangovan buys this bike now, TVS better give you a commission. That's all I'm going to say. Okay, interesting question from Tony, who says best petrol automatic sub 4-meter sedans right now. So let me just go around the room here. Everybody take your shot at it. Shams, do you want to just give me one name?
The Amaze, the Honda Amaze for me, I think Sports better.
TVS doesn't make any sub 4-meter sedans. So Kingshuk, do you want to take a shot at this with some other manufacturer?
Sub 4-meter sedan, I would go with the Ford Explorer. I quite like that car.
Okay, Ameya is really happy about that. Ameya, what is your answer? I wonder. Ameya, what is your answer? What is the best sub sedan?
I think the more value for money car in that entire segment is the Desire. There's no doubt about that. It's good on space. It drives decently well, especially the automatic. It's not that bad.
Is important for you might understand.
But my actual answer will be the Ford Aspire for sure.
Preetham, do you want to chime in as well?
Sub 4-meter sedan, I'll go with the Desire. It drives well, handles well, got decent
what about the
after sales.
What about the really pretty new Hyundai Aura?
Sorry?
The really gorgeous, the most beautiful sub 4-meter sedan, the Hyundai Aura. Nobody wants to talk about the new Aura. Kingshuk, you've driven it too.
Yes, I have driven the new Aura, and
you still think the Aspire?
I think I'll still go for the Aspire because that feel of solidity and that the overall comfort, I think it's just a touch more in the Ford Aspire.
Okay, I'm with Shams. For me, it's the Honda Amaze because of the ride quality and build quality. But having said that, there's no real competition for this. I think it remains the undisputed king for a reason. So, Tony, I hope that answered your question. Nikhil is asking, will the Jeep Renegade come to India? If yes, then by when? So, it's a car that we've talked about extensively. The current feeling is that okay, one of you needs to mute your mic. There's a lot of feedback coming in. Shams, I think it's you. Okay, Preetham is moving. Shams, is it you? Can you mute? No? Okay, I don't think Shams can hear me. But maybe one of you want to message him and tell him to try muting his mic. Okay, now nobody can hear me, it seems. But anyway, Nikhil, hopefully you can hear me. And the answer is that the Renegade now is likely to only come in its second generation. The current generation car is not going to come to India. That is now confirmed. We do hope the next one does come because that segment is extremely hot. And it would be a mistake for Jeep not to be there. So we'll see. Lots of T-Rock questions. I'm going to skip a little bit ahead because we've talked about that car a lot now. And Love is asking, is there any plan for Honda to bring the new Accord to India anytime? Seems like they're done with the premium D segment. Yeah, Amir is already nodding. So Amir?
No, I don't think they're bringing the Accord at all. I think it's more about the City, the Jazz, and the WRV, and probably the HRV, which is already in the company's. It's already at the factory, and they are testing it right now. So yeah, I think everyone is jumping onto that SUV bandwagon. So I don't think the Accord might. I mean, they might just cut the cord of Accord, probably.
Okay. How clever. Kingshuk, what were you drinking?
Coffee.
Sorry?
What were you drinking?
Coffee.
Oh,
Coffee.
I thought it's water, and I was going to say, I hope it's warm water.
No, it's hot coffee.
It's hot coffee. Excellent.
And not the Dalgona coffee. That Dalgona coffee challenge.
Okay. Here's an interesting question. Okay, he's still on his coffee, but hi Siddharth. Praveen is asking, when will the new Hyundai i20 be launched? Who wants to take that one? I have a theory on it, but I won't go there yet. No one. Shams?
I think they're still undergoing testing, right, in India for the i20. We spotted. I mean, we have done stories about the camouflage car doing the rounds of Delhi and Chennai also.
Feel free to add those links in this live chat on the YouTube page so that people can pick up that story and read it. Praveen, have a look at that. The basic point here is that don't forget everything is now delayed, right? So typically, when it comes to the i20, the Creta, the i10, India has actually got the car before the global debut happens at the Geneva Motor Show. The Geneva Motor Show didn't happen this year. There was a chance that the i20 would have showed up there in any case, and so it is all pushed back. It's all delayed, and for the first time, the i20 was pushed in India because of the Creta. Creta arrived at the same time. So the i20 was supposed to arrive around June, but now it really depends on when we come back from the lockdown because a lot of the suppliers are in place, but the supplies are still not in place. Pre-production has not begun, from my understanding, and so yeah, it's going to be a while before we get anything of that sort. Okay, Shivu says, hello carandbike team, good evening to you all. I'm confused between the EcoSport and Creta diesel variants, which to buy if looking for performance and stability. Now, firstly, I'm going to do my usual. You're comparing apples to oranges. They're not the same segment cars. And we will go and still talk about the credibility of both these cars. So, diesels only. And the Creta, we still haven't tested. So, we can only go by what we know of that powertrain from the Seltos. Extremely credible and should still work very well in the Creta, obviously. It also comes with a more modern gearbox than some of the rivals in terms of the automatic. And on the EcoSport, we'll again go to Amaya and Kingshuk since I know you guys have driven that car a lot.
I think the EcoSport diesel, I think, is really fantastic. That 1.5 liter engine on it. It's brilliant. But again, if you're looking at the Creta and the EcoSport, then it's as Siddharth said, you're comparing apples to oranges because space is different, the amount of features that you get is different. But to drive, I think the Creta should be better considering we've seen how the Seltos drives for sure. But then my vote would definitely go for the Creta here.
Okay, and Kingshuk?
So I think I'll agree with Amya here. And I think the Hyundai Creta makes much more sense because it's a brand new model. And in terms of, well, of course, design is subjective, but I seem to like the design of the new Creta. It has polarized opinions, no doubt. And as far as features are concerned, definitely the Creta does get a lot of features. So yes, I think I'll go with Anga and I'll choose the Creta over the EcoSport.
The number of times you've said I'll go with Amaya, it's almost like you want people to know that usually you never agree. It's just like right now, चलो करना पड़ेगा थोड़ा सा और कोई choice नहीं है. Nobody's denying it, by the way. Can I just say that? Okay. Nilesh says, can I go with new Ford Endeavor or can I wait for Hyundai Palisade? I'm guessing you mean Palisade. Right now, you can't go with anything anywhere. So, it's all in theory. But they're not comparable cars. I think there's been a bit of a misnomer ever since we put out our story yesterday, the video on the Palisade and the Telluride. Everybody assumes they're coming in as rivals to the Endeavor and the Fortuna and the Alturas G4. They are not. They are actually bigger and one segment higher cars. So if you want something which is very luxurious, which is going to certainly be more expensive, but with all those great features that you can see in our review, then yeah, wait for the Palisade, because I can tell you that there's a very serious feasibility study that is happening, Nilesh, on the Palisade coming to India. But they're not comparable, and so otherwise in that segment which you currently have, the Endeavor has been our choice right through. I mean, every time there's been an update on the car, every time a new entrant has come in, we've done a shootout. I know the guys will all back me up on this, so nod if you agree. The Endeavor is our evergreen choice and favorite in that category. And so if you like the car, it's just got its PS6 engine and a little bit of a tweak in terms of the facelift, and so yeah, go for it. Gautam says, glad to see you all in one frame. Yeah, it's kind of rare. It doesn't really happen on TV or even otherwise. So this is something new. Thank you, Gautam, for joining. Seema says, best petrol compact SUV to go for. So again, we define compact as the Creta segment. If you mean the one below that, we've talked about it extensively, that the XUV 300 and the EcoSport and the Venue remain the three most credible choices there. If you mean the Creta segment, the new Creta certainly looks compelling, Seema. We haven't tested it extensively though, but for petrols right now, the DCT Seltos therefore is our pick, as it were. Sanjeev says,
also the Vitara petrol.
Yeah, except you said that it's not the most credible and exciting car in that segment, and its automatic gearbox is antiquated, remember? So, which is why I didn't mention it. Yes, it's there now. Of course, it's got the updated engine. For the Vitara Brezza, that's a new engine. But is it the most exciting in that pack? Sure, we haven't done our formal shootout yet, but I would tend to think that the cars I mentioned will come out stronger. Nice question from Sanjeev. Let's throw this one to Preetham. Any adventure tourer on the line from Bajaj? And what about the Himalayan 650?
Bajaj, for now, there's no adventure tourer in the pipeline as far as you know. And the 650 Himalayan, also, we have no concrete news about the 650 Himalayan. Royal Enfield, for now, will be focusing on the Meteor, maybe a smaller Himalayan. But the 650, if at all it comes, I have my doubts about that. It's still some time away from now. No news of it coming anytime.
All right, thank you for that. We have estimated launch timeline of the Tata H2X. This is a question from Shubham. And Amaya?
Did he say H2X, right?
Yes.
Okay. I think 2021 is what they're looking at, because that's what they said, right, in that entire conversation at the Auto Expo, that they're looking at a timeline of 2021. Now, because of this, if that is pushed forward, that's not yet said at all. But I think 2021 is what they're looking at.
Let's not forget that now they call it HBX. It's no longer H2X. It's now HBX. But very nice looking car, and I certainly hope it. We've also been promised that the car is going to look like that when it hits production. So I hope that part happens. Shams, you were at the expo, of course, and so your thoughts on how that car looks promising for that segment?
It's the story of Creta, right? Over the past, I think, 1 or 2 years, the one thing that has been most promising, apart of course safety, is how the cars are designed. They've been getting a lot of compliments for it, and I think the it's like well begun is half done, and they've been following that mantra for quite some time with all the cars. So every car that's spoken about, and including the ones we saw at the expo, were all getting very good reviews in terms of how they looked, in terms of design. And of course, the rest depends on what the actual product will be, so we'll have to wait for that. And if Amaya says that we'll have to wait for more than a year, it is quite a long.
That's what you're saying, right, Amir?
Yeah. No, and the other thing is that there's now, after people saw the HBX, there's a lot of confusion as to where exactly it will be poised at, because they have the Nexon there. They already have the Tiago, they have the Nexon. I mean, where are they going to put in this HBX? There's a lot of confusion about.
But it is an espresso rival.
Yeah.
Mr. Coffee drinker.
So
yes. Espresso. Mr. Coffee drinker is just.
I think he's the only one chiming about Maruti Suzuki here. We had the Vitara Brezza petrol.
No, let's not be unfair. But the Vitara Brezza is really good looking. I mean, to be fair, it's a really nice looking design.
Yeah.
On the espresso, it's the opposite of not nice looking. I have been very uncharitable in the past, so I should shut up in any case. I love this question. Sandeep says, most importantly, don't you think, guys, is giving off, very important, younger James May vibe? I'll take that. After being told that, oh, you're Jeremy Clarkson, which is not always a compliment, I think I'll take this one. Nobody is commenting, of course. They're all like, beta, theek hai.
No, did you just say Jeremy? Did you just say Jeremy Clarkson?
You really think Jeremy? I would say that? How often? How well do you know me?
It sounded like. I mean, in this time and age, I think Jeremy should not be a word that should be spoken at all.
Maybe that can be his public service COVID message avatar. Jeremy. Girish says, are people moving away from crossover/mini SUV to mid-size SUVs, considering the lower sales of Honda WRV, EcoSport, and so on? Nice question, Girish. I think it has more to do with new entrants. Though having said that, the compact SUV, which is the Creta segment, remains the fastest growing segment in the market, even though there are more players now in the subcompact space. So, guys, opinions?
Shams can answer.
I think very good question. Right now, I think it's partly the feeling, and partly we completely agree with you that the design what cars that were not there 2 to 3 years, and we know how fast it all been. So we get newer cars, and we haven't really seen very new in this subcompact SUV space. Especially when you talk about these like EcoSport or the you see cars that are new or Tesla recently, but not so much. And that's part of the design bit actually moved on to the high segment cars, where cars and the Centaurs are trying to.
Okay, we can't hear you too well. I think you'll have to be a little louder. But Preetham, you're gonna like the next question. I can tell you that.
What's the question?
It's one that's very close to your heart. So the question is from Harish, and he's asking about the new Thar. When is it expected? What's the launch time frame?
The new Thar.
Yes.
Well, we were expecting it in April, but now anybody's guess, I guess.
Yes, we are being told that they're looking at now a June timeline for the launch, but this is still speculative at best, Harish, simply because, well, the things are right now just crazy. And in fact, we should take a little pause and talk about that. The current situation, production's been shut down for every manufacturer. Sales are pretty much shut down except a little bit that's happening online. there was this big mess when it came to all the inventory for BS6. The Supreme Court has spoken last week and said that the BS6 inventory that exists with manufacturers and their dealers, only 10% of that can be sold once the lockdown lifts. And remember, today is the last day of sales for anything BS4. So except for that 10%, and then there was this confusion about the RTOs registering some of these cars and bikes which got sold but haven't yet got registered. If they are BS4 and yet this is now going to happen beyond 31st March. Preetham's on the move again. Where's he off to?
Sorry.
We can see you walking around, by the way. Everybody can see you walking around. Okay, and it looks like you're right back to the same couch. So what did you achieve with that little walk?
I think I was just looking for a power bank, but I think I'm good with charge right now.
Okay. Be prepared. Okay. So yeah, BS6 I think was a huge sword hanging over everybody's head. I think for some players who still have a massive amount of inventory, that sword continues to hang and it's kind of falling at midnight tonight, I think. Hero did come out and have a clarification about how it's going to help its dealers with the massive stock, right? Because the assumption is that Hero has the largest stock left of BS4. Preetham?
Yes, Hero has the largest stock of BS4. We don't know a concrete number as yet, but yes, they have the largest number of BS4 stock. Bajaj has managed to take out all the BS4 stock primarily because Bajaj is the largest exporter of motorcycles, not because Bajaj preempted this BS6 and sold off the BS4 stock in the domestic market. All the BS4 stock of Bajaj has. Sorry?
They have us believe that is the reason why.
No, Bajaj primarily has pushed the BS4 stock abroad to markets where BS4 production still be sold, like Africa and all.
Kingshuk, what was that figure?
I think last month was one of these months.
Kingshuk, what was that figure I heard about how much stock Hero might have left over? We had a story, I know, a few days ago.
So Hero says that it has BS4 stock of about 1 lakh two-wheelers, that is scooters and motorcycles, across India.
Yeah, that's crazy.
And told their dealers in a digital town hall, they've assured their dealers that they'll take care of the BS4 stock. Now, what does take care mean? That's anybody's guess right now because they haven't clarified that. But they have told their dealers to not worry about the BS4 stock. And of course, like for next 10 days after the lockdown is lifted, so 10% of BS4 stock can be sold, but 10% of 1 lakh just comes to 10,000 units. So Hero will still remain with over 90,000 BS4 units. So it is some concern for them. Yes. So yeah.
Okay. Shruti says.
Just to chime in here. Sorry. I think the dealers are also facing a problem right now because the Ministry of Transport has actually shut down the Vahan registration since yesterday, and FADA is going after them, asking them to open up so that they can register cars. And that's been an issue.
Stand on that. At least that's clarified that those registrations won't be held up whenever it does open up.
Yeah.
So
yeah.
Shruti says no twice. So Shruti, if you're still online with us, what have you not liked, or what are you saying is incorrect, or please clarify. Roshan says, what do you think about the new design, the design of the new Creta? I know we sort of touched upon it with Kingshuk, talking about how it's polarizing. So, okay, let's go around the room once again and ask everybody what they think. Chums, you're at the bottom right corner, so please start.
Not a question to answer for me. I think there's always this discussion happening, especially after I saw your Hyundai versus Kia latest video about the.
You're not answering the question. Do you like the new Creta styling? Yes or no? It's okay to say no, you know.
This will be a never-ending discussion and debate.
Oh God, he's being so politically correct.
By the time Hyundai, Kia keep making cars, then you will be comparing which one is better. Which one
yeah, but we're not talking about the Seltos. We're only asking, what do you think about the design of the new Creta? Come on, like 40 minutes into this conversation now. We've got to wrap this up. You can't take so long.
But personally, I haven't really been a fan of that grill, the cascade-looking grill on the car, just from the window also. So that is one so point for me on the vehicle.
Introducing Shams Naqvi, the most direct answer specialist.
Yeah, that was that now.
Okay, Amir, you next.
How to not say it?
Yeah, it's bad. It's just bad. And I don't like it at all.
The question. Can I just say, by being all diplomatic, he has answered the question. Okay, Amir. Amir just says it's bad. Okay, fine. Good. Nice and direct.
It's bad. It's bad.
Okay, we'll go to Preetham next.
Well, I didn't like it at all when I saw the pictures, but I didn't like it at all. I thought the previous generation is a much better looking Creta than the new one. But when I saw it in the flesh, the design sort of begins to grow on you. It's not all that bad. But yeah, I still prefer the older generation Creta. Okay. New one doesn't do it for me.
And now we come to King Shuk, who's grinning away like a Cheshire cat. Please tell us. I know what your answer is, so let's hear it.
No. So, yes, something similar to what Preetham said. When I saw the pictures first, I absolutely did not like the design of the new Creta, but I think it would be safe to say that I've, seen this Creta, spent more time with it, amongst all of us here. And the design, it has just started to grow on me. I like all these small elements like the LED, the shape of the LED DRS.
14 days,
yes.
There's going to be a 21-day lockdown. So maybe that growth will be gone by the end of that 14 or 20 days. It's just started to grow on me. Launch ho gaya hai kafi din. What do you mean it's just started to grow on you? You even went to the plant and saw it before we did.
Yes. So that's what. So in fact, I was fortunate enough to see the making of the Creta, so to say. Like right from how the panels were pressed into shape and how the final SUV takes form.
Which is a really nice.
So I think
so that's a biased opinion. I think that opinion does not count. It's a biased opinion. He's seen all of that.
Are you saying?
I mean, when we saw it in the flesh.
Are you saying for anybody to appreciate a vehicle, you really first need to go see how it's made? Otherwise, there's no chance in hell of appreciating it, because then it's not going to happen for a lot of people.
He's too close to the car now.
Yes,
no, but truth be told, I think there are better designs in the segment.
So this is the part I've been dying to say. Of course, I will give my opinion as well. But the part I've been dying to say is that until Shams came along, our erstwhile diplomat specialist was King Shuk. So, of course, you would expect an answer like that from him, saying, well, there are better vehicles out there. I'm sure. I would imagine that there are better designs out there. But from what I understand, yeah, that's pretty much what your answer was. Yeah, I don't like how it looks either. So that's my answer. I think the front has grown on me as well now, but the rear remains very strange. And on the last Creta too, I didn't like the tailgate. It was something we got used to. But the last car was definitely a lot more proportionate, more typically SUV, just great proportions and stance. I can't wait to put the Seltos on the Creta and the Compass and the Hector and the Harrier and the Kicks and the, what am I missing? Duster next to each other. And the Capture, let's not forget the Pro Capture. And then maybe take a second shot at this. But yeah, for now, I think the Seltos probably remains the best looking car in that space. Saurabh says he can't hear us, so Saurabh, I hope it's better now for you. Sanjeev says, please come. Preetham said, good to see you guys, Car and Bike team. Come every day so that we get more information on the car and bike, about cars and bikes. Yeah, I don't think that's happening. Once a week maybe, or twice a week at best. But yeah, every day is not going to happen. You can see how much miscoordination there was at the start of this. Okay, Renegade question we've already done, so I'm not going to take that. Sorry, Wasim, you can go and watch this video from the start. Ameya, your namesake, Ameya says, Toyota Innova and Fortuner facelifts. So, anybody want to take a stab at that? It's your namesake. So, please do only take a stab at it, Ameya.
We haven't been told anything about a facelift as yet, but the Fortuner is definitely due for a facelift. They have brought in, limited edition models of the Innova Cresta. So nothing yet. Preetham is damn distracting.
He's like the Aborigine.
Just stay. Just
He's
stay.
like a little child or he's like the Aborigine. He likes to go for a walkabout every once in a while.
I'm speaking suddenly. He's going all around.
He was moving around even when he was speaking. So आप बोल रहे हो तो उसमें concentrate करता है.
There's different frame for different PDCs.
Okay.
So yeah, nothing on the Innova Cresta yet, but Fortuner is due for sure.
Okay, it looks like there's lots of SUV questions. Undoubtedly, that's not surprising. Shruti, meanwhile, has just said it is awesome, and has also then said Hyundai Creta is awesome. So I'm assuming that's what you were talking about earlier, Shruti. So thank you for clarifying. Vikas has a nice question. I think the Volkswagen Taygun and the Skoda Vision IN look compact when compared to their rivals. Would they be successful if they're priced similar to the Creta and the Seltos? Yeah, that's a great question. I'll start with a very quick word on that. We still don't know for sure if they will be priced exactly on par with those cars. I think it'll be smart to go perhaps just undercut those cars because they are going to play in that segment. This part we do know. They're not going in the subcompact space. They are above 4 meters. And yeah, they are a little bit compact compared to especially the new Creta, the Seltos, which are closer to the Harrier and the Hector. So if they are aggressive on pricing, I think those cars still have a lot to play with. In terms of build quality, in terms of ride quality, in terms of performance, the expectation is very high, especially since I have tested the T-Cross, the car on which they are based, which is very credible. And so, given that, it's also a finalist for the World Urban Car of the Year. So given that, I think it should be still a lot there to watch out for. For me, the big problem is the timing, the fact that they're coming only next year. Okay, hop across, go above the window with King Shook. Like the Brady Bunch.
So, yeah.
Okay, I'm going to point now.
Yes.
Go.
So I think yes, Volkswagen and Skoda they would do well if they undercut the pricing even by the slightest of margins, because right now in terms of volume, they are definitely nowhere close to the likes of Creta or the Seltos. But like you said, this is the fastest growing segment, and there's a lot of opportunity. There's a lot of space for the segment itself to grow. And if the pricing is right, then yes, the Volkswagen Taygun and the Skoda Vision IN, both these models have the potential to do really well. And plus, I think Siddharth, we did that video 5 reasons why the Taygun should come to India very soon, or was it
This year?
It was the Taygun.
Yeah, it was the Taygun. Now that's not going to happen. In any case, there are so many delays because of COVID-19. Amaya, let me nudge you.
No, I think we've seen both of those cars, very close, and the Taygun surely looks good. It's not a looker, so to say, but I mean Volkswagen styling, apart. It Sorry.
The design will age really well. It's going to be more
Yeah.
than a Creta, for example.
So, yeah. But I mean, the big thing that both Skoda and Volkswagen will have going its way is the localization level that both these cars will bring. We hear that it's around more than 93% of local content that is going to go in both these cars, and that clearly means that prices will definitely be aggressive, and I mean probably more aggressive than the Creta. And hopefully we'll see a sub 9 lakh car from Volkswagen that is an SUV, probably.
Yeah, and Skoda, no doubt. Auto DNA
Yeah,
says, you didn't read my live chat, so we're very sorry. There's just too many messages, and I know I've missed quite a few of them. So please go ahead and ask your question again, because I can't seem to find your earlier question. So Auto DNA, if you're watching, please, we love that Auto is in your DNA. Please ask your question again. Siddharth says, hey Sid, my parents have owned a Santa for 12 years now. They want to buy a new car They're planning to get an SUV. Which one would you suggest? The new Creta, the Seltos, or should they wait for the Sonnet? Now, I know we've gone through the whole Creta Seltos conversation already. And so, okay, Preetham's decided to now log off. It's delayed, but we would love to see it in the market really soon. There. No, here. Shams, go.
Yes, of course, waiting to see the Sonnet, I'm not talking about comparisons with certain menu.
Yes, please don't.
Yes.
Yeah, you better not go there.
But yes, I'm so, it's fantastic what brand has been able to achieve in such a short time. They've been here for a few months and how people have been talking about the vehicles. Even with the carnival car that price around 50 lakh rupees, a lot of interest, and of course the Sonnet will have much more interest in it. The design has again been appreciated in the expo. We have an idea because of the revenue, what other engines will come with, or probably some of the features the car will have. So really keen to see. I hope that we can get to see it soon. It was supposed to be the big festive launch for Kia this year. So before the Diwali, really hope that we can see that on time. The car comes before the Diwali and we see that we drive it. And then of course, from opinions.
It was also our best of show at the Auto Expo. So yeah, we certainly think it's really looking very exciting for the market, and Kia is doing the right thing by going after the big segments. I mean, the Carnival, you can argue, was not a high volume segment and so could be an aberration. But the idea is to establish a certain standard, I suppose, and they want to sort of look downwards from there. One car I would love to see come from Kia, besides the Telluride, of course, as I've been saying the last 48 hours, is the Rio. I would love the next generation Rio to also come in. I know it's far down on their list, but Kingshok, were you with me when we drove that car?
Yes. I was there when we drove the Kia Rio. Yes.
That was a Europe spec car. It was just fun to drive.
Yes.
Would love. I mean, the current generation probably not going to happen because, in any case, a new generation is due globally. But what about the Sorento? That's another car from them. If the Telluride doesn't come, it's going to be the Sorento. That's the understanding I have from sources at Kia headquarters. So it's going to be one of these two. So which one should come, according to you guys? The new Sorento looks really good.
I think the Sorento should come.
And take on the Fortune Endeavor.
We already have car in the form.
Say that again.
What?
Shams, we can't hear you. Say that again.
I'm saying we already have a new portfolio, which is the Carnival. I think it has just like this smaller car.
Well, I mean, this goes back to the same conversation that's been happening on our YouTube video yesterday. So many people saying the same thing, saying, look, we've already got the Carnival there, so why bring in a Telluride, which is going to be more expensive, or bring in a Sorento, which is around the same price. They're different segment cars. So, I mean, just like Toyota has the Innova and the Fortuner, both built on the same platform, there's room for the Sorento and the Carnival. But, for me, I know it's more of an emotional reason to say it. But yeah, the Telluride would be just fantastic because there's nothing like it in our market. Even in the Palisade, if it does come, you can argue that, there are some luxurious big SUVs in the market. But the Telluride is just its own machine. It's just so different that it could be a very exciting car for the Indian market. Having said that, I think, yeah, the likelihood of it being the Sorento is probably higher. Mohammed says Rio was here in India, average looking car, not a good one. Okay, I mean, for me it was about how it drives really more than how it looks. But again, the next one should hopefully be much better looking. Love is asking, is there any word on Genesis? There was a lot of word, and that's obviously getting delayed now. But with the GV80 now coming to the global market, I think there becomes a stronger case for Genesis to come to India. Interestingly enough, a lot of the premium brigade still has a large number of sales coming from sedans. So it's not as if the SUVs have completely taken over on the premium side. It's still 50-50 in many cases, many portfolios. It's more than 50%. So yeah, I think there's still a good case for Genesis to come to India. But let the market sort of get better. I think it's going to be several months before the market gets better. I'm sure you guys agree. Okay, Sachin is asking a similar question as one we've taken before. Let's quickly take it as we wrap things up. Do you think the Karoq will be costlier than the T-Roc? Amaya?
Yeah, I think it will be. I don't know how Volkswagen has been able to cut all those margins, and I mean, we all spoke about it, how a 19 and a 20 lakh rupee car, a CBU that too. So yeah, the Karoq will be a little more expensive probably than the T-Roc, but just marginally, I'm guessing, not too high.
Okay, Auto DNA, are you there? Because you should quickly ask us your question before we hang up. Trying to get him or her to be added to this. Preetham, of course, is back. Preetham, the stroller, is back. Why would I say, are you trolling? Obviously strolling. I'm just seeing your messages now, old ones.
Oh, that was you. I thought that was Akhil.
No, whatever. But like, why would anybody accuse you of trolling? It was obviously strolling.
Age is catching up. My back is giving me problems, so I have to keep moving.
So sad. Okay. Sridhar says, any updates regarding Maruti Suzuki's diesel engine? It's a good question. Anyone?
At least at the Auto Expo, they were very firm that they won't go ahead with diesel. But considering, I think how the adoption of diesel has not changed that much, probably in the past few months, especially when it comes to the S6. I think they are considering to come back to diesel. But when is anyone's guess?
This is an interesting question. Sandeep says, opinions on buying a low mileage second-hand BMW X1 for around 30 lakh rupees as opposed to buying a Karoq. We don't know which one this is, but 30 lakh indicates that it's the current generation, not the previous one. No? No one wants to say anything? Shameless.
I would.
Yeah, go ahead. Knock yourself out, please.
I would say that buying a brand new car is always better than buying a second-hand car. So in that case, I would go for the Skoda Karoq.
Right answer. Absolutely right. Always just makes more sense.
But the X1 drives so well. I mean, it's a really nice car to drive.
No, but
so why would we?
I'm sure. I mean, the thing is, we're not talking about a car which is, very distinct in terms of character. Being European and, being German pretty much, the Karoq also would be all about, that very stiff handling. And so I don't think the driving characteristic will be a whole lot different. Of course, they're very different cars, so I don't want to compare them directly. The X1 is also a little bit bigger. But my bigger reason for it is that in terms of maintenance, the newer Karoq will probably be easier on the pocket for you than even if you get a second hand with a maintenance package, which is anyway going to be peanuts when it comes to the kind of maintenance packages you will have from BMW on a second hand car. Plus, we don't know if this is certified from BMW's used car business or if it's coming from a dealer or a private individual. So in that case, just more practical to buy the Karoq, similar price. Devashi says, any idea on the Sonnet price and spec? Venue. Price will be like the Venue and spec will be like the Venue. So, anybody want to add to that? Okay, Vichu is saying, how was the new MBUX GLC? Amina, you went for that, didn't you?
Yes, fantastic. It really works, and I even asked it, when I was
MBUX.
The MBUX system. It's fantastic. The kind of interface that it brings to the table is just amazing. In fact, even tried asking it, while driving, I asked it, hey Mercedes, tell me a joke. And it immediately responded, sorry, I can't, my engineers were German. And
oh, wow.
I just completely it just completely blew my mind, and it's just fantastic. That's how it responds.
That's actually
I loved each and every aspect of it.
yeah. CHR. That's Jayanta who's asking that. I don't know what that means. Anybody? CHR?
Toyota,
Oh, CHR.
the small SUV. Yeah,
Yeah.
not happening.
HRV rival.
Yes.
Not
Rush,
happening
rush.
because now it's going to be all about cross badging with Suzuki. So should they wait for COVID-19 to die down before taking a call on which car to get? Didn't get a proper answer on the Sonnet or the Creta or the Seltos. Sonnet is similar to the Venue. I don't know if that's more of a statement or a question, but yeah, you're right. This is from Siddharth as well. But one last thing which I think is worth quickly discussing here before we let go of this conversation now, because we've been on for about an hour. This is a difficult situation. There's no doubt about that. And there are many of you who have a lot of questions. And sometimes they're really great questions because maybe we've not thought of some of these areas. Like, what happens to my license renewal? What happens to insurance that may be running out while the lockdown is on? The continuity of that. What part can you do online? What can't you do online? I know Kingshuk and Shubham have been working on some of those stories. So you'll keep seeing a lot of that coming from us. But if you have any suggestions as well, people, please send them in on Twitter, on carandbike handles, or anywhere you want to reach us. Please do send those in because it also makes us think. It makes us sort of come back to you with more credible information. And the other thing I think would be great to get ideas on what you'd like to see from us. One thing which I had aimed to discuss today, which we never really, we talked about it, but we didn't get into a large discussion, was Telluride and Palisade, since that is our big feature video this week. So tell us, please, those of you who haven't yet seen it, please watch it. We'll have the tech stories up for you as well in a day or so, and so we'd love to have a discussion on that as well, on your thoughts on whether they should come to India, either one of them or both of them. And guys, you want to add anything in? Let's go around this one by one again, and maybe something you want to say as a parting shot before we say bye-bye to everyone. Preetham? Okay, I don't think Preetham can hear me. So, Ameya?
Yeah, I think it's a difficult time for all of us. So hang in there, stay safe, and stay at home. That's all we can say. And also, if you want to take all the discussion offline, we have a discussion forum on carandbike.com, where you can actually go ahead and discuss what we are talking about here. And of course, we all go there and answer those questions. So if you want to take it offline, go to carandbike.com, and there's a discussion forum there. So let's start a conversation there too.
Yeah, that makes sense. Shams, something from you?
Well, this was my debut, so thank you for the session. Trying to
But
share
that's
stories on the
another interesting
website.
area where we've actually been showing people
Get up
some
the
of those
vehicles
tips.
and wait for the time till the time it comes out and enjoy the
No, and I was saying that some of those tips, etc., also are something that we've been putting out on the site. So that's actually great. Thanks for reminding me about that. Kingshuk?
Yes. The most important thing is to take care of yourself, stay safe, do not venture out unless it is absolutely needed. And yes, for all your automotive related queries, please go on to carandbike.com. We are trying our best to put up videos, we are trying our best to put up quality automotive content. So, like Siddharth said, you have any doubts, please feel free to reach us, and we'll try our best and answer all your queries. Take care, stay safe.
I'm trying very hard to, those of you who can see this band that I put up in the middle, plugging our content, I'm trying very hard to get that off Preetham's face, but every time I move it, he goes like, he's like, no, I want to stay hidden. Please, let me be there. I want half my face to be hidden. Yes, Preetham, last word from you. If you can hear me now.
Okay, it was fun responding to all of your questions. So we are dying to get out and ride our bikes and drive our cars as much as you are. But right now, it's more important to stay safe for your family, stay safe for yourself. And if you're dying to ride bikes or drive cars, you can always get onto our channel and watch those videos, the reviews. We have a whole list of reviews that we've enjoyed making. So you can go through those listicles as well. And be safe and stay safe for now.
So one of the things that we did a few days ago was to, you know, just to play on what's happening right now in the world. We created a little short video for you guys, and I'm going to. I guess it's kind of fitting, if I can find it, for me to play it for you guys. So just let me try and get that across, and then once I have that, we will call this quits. So if I can find it. Say again.
Auto DNA has a message.
So do you want to tell us what it is? Go ahead and read it out. We can answer that in the meantime.
My name is Rishabh Rajesh. I am one of the youngest automobile YouTubers. I am 13 years old and I want to know a lot from you. How can I contact you?
You're doing it now. This is this, or I guess Twitter would be the best way to reach us. So yeah, please go ahead and do that. Okay, I'm going to try and get that video to play now. If you guys will bear with me for a second. Yeah, technology really not working for me today. It's just not my thing. Okay, here we go. Okay, so quick goodbye. Please don't step out. If you must step out, wear your seatbelts, and please stay safe. Keep your families safe. Keep them close. Enjoy this time that you have with them, and please stay in touch with us. Tell us what more you'd like to see here, and we will try and do more of these sessions now that hopefully we're figuring out this technology and the connectivity. But any suggestions are welcome. So please stay safe, everyone. Stay strong, and we'll see you guys very soon. Thank you. Bye, everyone. Thanks, guys.
Goodbye.